Hey everybody, it's Aquila, and this is a Lefty Knitter podcast episode 157. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. This is mostly a knitting podcast coming to you from Baltimore, Maryland. Again, my name's Aquila with my husband, kids, cats. Nobody's here right now. I mean, the cats are here, but they're sleeping. So hopefully no interruptions, because usually there's lots of interruptions. It is already Friday, March 25th. I usually record through the week, smoosh it all together, post on Saturdays. It hasn't happened this week. It hasn't happened. So, lots of medical appointments this whole month. And yeah, we'll get into that a little later. Let me show you some knitting stuff. All the links to find me are down below, and all the links for patterns and designers are also going to be down below. So if I forget something, it might be there, and if I forget it there, just message me because I'll get back to you. I've been really bad about comments lately, but I'm trying to work backwards and catch up. Yeah. So I have not cast on anything new. I've only been working on 2 projects because I just don't have any, I haven't had a lot of, it's all been really stockinette knitting. Mostly, not all, some ribbing, but whatever. And I just haven't had a lot of energy, motivation, whatever you want to say. Just haven't had it. So I am going to show you though the 2 projects that I've put a lot of work in. In my opinion, I feel like I've put a lot of work into them. I'm very excited. So I am using West Yorkshire Spinners, this yarn here, and it's a Jacob yarn, which this is it's so much fun. I love it. And here comes a cat. Interruptions. It's the 3-legged cat. She was downstairs napping next to the heater because Maryland weather, and I'm sure everywhere weather, like, it's so finicky, and it's cold again. And not cold, but cold enough that it's like, I don't want to go outside, and I still need to keep my heater on. Okay, I am working the Highland Pullover, the Highland Slipover is what it's actually called, by Ozetta. This is an Aran weight yarn. It calls for a worsted weight, so I did gauge swatch. I'm doing this in conjunction with Trish, who is hosting the Vest Along, which I'll put that information here. She is the tie-dye diva, I believe, on Instagram, and she has the Best Day Ever podcast. So if you're not checking her out, you should check her out. So I bought this yarn from Naughty Lady Yarns, who is going out of business, sadly. They're in Oregon, and I got this yarn 25% off, but I think they are still running 50% off, and I don't know when that ends. So you should check that out and possibly be able to get like a really good amount of yarn at a very good price. I know they've had lots of orders, and they've actually had the physical shop closed on multiple days trying to just catch up with all the online ordering. Okay, so the Highland Slipover is like a vest. It's kind of boxy, and it has really wide armholes. I have to figure out how I'm gonna style this, because honestly, I am not fashion-wise. I wear a lot of t-shirt hoodies. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna wear it with. I don't know if I have anything in my closet. Like a plain long t-shirt without a hood on it would be like ideal. That's really what I think I need to try to find. And I need to find it probably sooner than later, because you know what? It's spring. We had the first day of spring. I just dropped the wrapper to something else. I will pick it up later. Okay. So I am now finished the body, which I know people have talked about this issue of the ribbing flipping up, and I'm having that issue. But this in general rolled terribly if you watched any of my previous stuff. So here's where I was. Can you see that marker here? There's where I was, and I knit all the rest of the body and the ribbing, which is folding up. I think blocking is gonna like do tremendous wonders for this, but you see how the fabric really rolls on itself? See that? It's like a sausage. Whoop. So yeah, I was at that marker, which I think is a lot of work. I bound off, and I just used one size larger needle, and it was a knit one, purl one rib. So I would knit one, slip that stitch back, purl those two together, slip that stitch back, knit those together, slip it back, all the way across, making sure I had enough stretchiness. And yeah, I think it's gonna be perfectly fine. I've done that with many ribbing bind-offs and have not had an issue, except for on one pair of socks that is still in timeout because they're for John. But I did last night while watching Inventing Anna, because I am now addicted. I didn't think I was going to want to watch that show, and I've been watching it. But I picked up on the ribbing for the sleeve. And it's not a sleeve, I shouldn't say that. It's just ribbing. And you do this for about 1.5 inches. And I'll bind that off. So do this one, I gotta pick up and do this one, and then there is like a folded type neckline. I'll insert a picture here of the final image from the designer, but I am really happy about this. And it's gonna hit like really where I'd want it to. Like on the back, it's gonna be at the top of my pockets. I am so excited about this piece. I just think it'll be really nice for, say, Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival, because sometimes it's cold. This will be nice and thick, and with something thick like a shirt under it would be ideal. That way I could always just take this off if it does start getting warm through the day, because that also happens. So I'm very, very, very excited for this. I may not seem like I'm like super crazy excited, but I am. Blocking it's gonna be a beast, I feel, because it's gonna probably take a while to dry. It's very thick. It might not. You know, with some of the days coming that are really, really nice, I could throw it out on the blocking boards out in the driveway and it'll dry really fast. So we'll see. But that's where I'm at that. The only other thing I've put a decent amount of work on is my fruit stripe gum socks, which I can't remember the designer's name on that. And I haven't cut the heel in on the second one. I always knit both of my socks without the heel if I'm doing a cut-in heel first, and then I will do the cut-in heel like right after one another. So I've showed you guys the first one, and this is using Knit Picks What's Its Galore, Fleechy What's Its Galore. And I was here last time, so I was pretty far into the patterning. And I am now done doing patterning, and I'm just doing straight up in the round. So what I like to do, I'm one of those people that are like, I just gotta, like, I'll pull out the whole stripes color and I will sit and knit that. So if it takes me 10 minutes, it takes me 15 minutes, that's what I do. And I feel like it gets me pretty far along. These stripes are pretty wide, and I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 before I start decreasing. So I'm 3 in. So not too bad. That's 8 more sittings of doing that, and then usually the toe I do in 1 sitting, because I will forget if I was decreasing or on a decrease round or just a straight up knitting round. I used to have a method for that madness, but it doesn't always work. So what I would do is, if I was on a regular knit round, I would keep the light bulb stitch marker like this, and if I was on a decrease round, I turned my stitch marker to the smaller end, as in like decreased smaller, and have it that way, but it doesn't always stay there. So not the best method for my madness. Sometimes it works. I don't know. There's gotta be like a stitch marker that you could make for that, which wouldn't be a pain in the butt to like flip it. Maybe that's something I invent. Probably not. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to really show you guys tomorrow, although I'm going to talk a little bit at the end of this clip. So it might be like one of those do the whole podcast in one clip episodes, but I did make a purchase, which I haven't been making many purchases. Sheep and wool's coming, and I have enough yarn, in all honesty. So, but Lisa from Fibernymphdyeworks put out a crystals pie colorway, crystal pie. So if you don't know Lisa, Lisa is in Pennsylvania, I believe that's where she's at. I met her once at the Maryland Needles Up, and she was a wonderful person to talk to. So she is a self-striping dyer. She also does non-self-striping, so she does both. She also does the reversible sets, which I have talked about those before. I love those. I think they're so much fun. It is a wider stripe, so it's a 2-color stripe, and you get 2 50-gram hanks or skeins. So say color 1 and color 2. Color 1 on the first hank is going to be wider than the stripe on color 2, and then on the other hank, color 2 is the wider stripe and color 1 is the skinnier stripe. So they're kind of like reversed. Does that make sense? That makes sense. I could insert picture. I think I have one. I have a Christmas, I don't think it was meant to be a Christmas colorway, but the colors together, it might have been. I don't remember. I don't know. Okay. But she does her pie colors. So it's based on the number pi, 3.14. I don't know what it is. I don't know. So her stripes are based on the numbers that are non-repeating. So I believe based on the number is like the width. I think that's how it works. So she did 2 pie colorways for Pie Day. She always does their pie colors on March 14th. So she did them based on gemstones, and she had a dark crystal pie and a light crystal pie. So I got the dark crystal pie, which I'll show you. This is on her bounce base. It's a 400 yard, 80 superwash merino, 20 nylon. And she does mark with a stitch marker where the first color of pie starts. Your socks will never match. Pie is not repeating. Lisa explains it way much better than me. But she does mark where you should start, because that is going to be your first color starting the pie sequence. So in this skein, we have purple, which is amethyst, blue, which is blue apatite. I don't know crystals well enough. Gray, which is smoky quartz, green, which is malachite, and the blue gray, which is kyanite. In order to assure you begin your project on the first digit, the initial 3 inches will find a stitch marker affixed to the purple strand that begins the pattern. That's so cool. So I've actually never ordered a pie colorway, so I'm really, really excited. These are going to be for me. These are me, all mine. I don't know if I'm going to hand knit them or crank them, but that'll be decided when I do. But she does free shipping in the US, I think, always. If you have a $40 order or $50, I can't remember. But I love her tweed. I think it's really pretty. And I wanted to make John a pair of socks in tweed, so I bought this one. I'm going to actually open this one up so you guys can see it. This is Mountain House Winter. And this one is a different base. This is her Mountain Tweed BFL. It's an 85 Superwash BFL and a 15 Donegal Nep, and it's 438 yards. And I said the color Mountain House Winter. Yeah, I think I did. So she lives in a very woodsy area. It's really beautiful. I'm gonna show you this because I think the tweed, you can see more of the tweed if it's opened up. Oh, I'm so excited. I think John's gonna really love these. And I'm gonna get as much leggage as I can and probably do these on my machine, but do them toe up so I can make them as long as possible. Split the skein in half, do them toe up, make the leg as long as I possibly can, because he loves his socks to be really, really long. So I'm very excited for these. I just love that. The tweedy bits. She also has a new base, which is a rainbow tweed base, and she just put out some really, really pretty colors. The one that I really thought was beautiful, they were all beautiful, but I thought this was really an interesting, she was trying to make them all lighter, which I kind of understand. You want to see those rainbow neps of tweed in it. One was a very light peachy cream color. I wouldn't say it was pink. Maybe it looks kind of pink. I'd have to look at it again. I was a little distracted watching it while working. I didn't do that well. But she called it cream soda, I believe, and it was a really light color, and I thought it was really, really beautiful. So if you are interested in getting like a rainbow tweed yarn, I think that's only in DK, but I think she's trying to get it in fingering weight. So, okay, I've now showed you some acquisitions and some knitting, and we're just going to jump into life stuff, which I usually do like not always. At the end, on all my clips, I'm just talking about all different things. So let's try to do this again. Better. Okay, so I can't remember where I left you guys. I already had my one procedure. I've now had both of my planned procedures that I needed to have anesthesia for. You might be able to see my hand is a little bruised from the IV, but I had to get a colonoscopy. I had some issues that I wanted to just have like triple checked, right? So the age for colonoscopies is actually now 45, and normally it's not covered by most insurances unless you have other issues to get it done early, or maybe if there's family history, I'm not quite sure. But so I did have, like, all the prep work for that is just the miserable part. Like, you're on liquid diet, then you gotta drink all this, like, laxative type stuff. We're not gonna go there. So the procedure is like nothing. And it was funny because I got a call beforehand about the procedure, and it was from, like, they were doing some study, which, in all honesty, like, this is how we improve science, right? And whatnot. So they called, there was a new screen they were using that has like AI technology that will like alert the doctor when they're doing the procedure that it sees something that maybe the doctor should be looking at, or the technician. So they were like, would you want to join the study? And I was like, well, hell yeah. Like, anything that can help. Anything. Also, how crazy is this? The place I got mine done, they do like 20 a day. 20! That is mind-boggling. But whatever. So I had it done. The procedure was fine. She's like, have a good nap. And I was out like a light. Woke up. They gave me some juice and cookies. It was amazing because I hadn't had food. And before I went back, I'm just waiting because they were running a little behind. And it was lunchtime and I could smell all the nurses' food. And I was like, how rude is this? All these people that haven't eaten any solid food, and I can smell their lunch. And I don't know what it is. Something smelled like mashed potatoes. And the first thing I said to John, I was like, I really want some mashed potatoes. So we went to Bob Evans. Okay. But about my procedure, I don't have the results back. They did biopsy, they call it not pile-ups. It's not a car accident. A polyp. And so I didn't also know this. They pretty much take air and expand your colon and all the stuff connected that they need to check for, because that like makes it like a wrinkly tube into like a big fat, like if you blew up a balloon, right? So they can check within all those folds of your colon. And I had just had one. I had one, and they removed it and they will biopsy it. So I am waiting those results. I don't have those results. Hopefully it's all fine. But because of me having one, I think I have to go every 5 years until I have none. I'm not quite sure yet. But that's life. But tomorrow I will be leaving here early, so I don't know when you'll be when I'll be uploading this. But I'm hoping, if all goes well, I'm going on an hour road trip. It's not really a road trip. My father-in-law is going with me. We're going down to New Roots Farm. We're not going to the actual farm. They have a farm stand. I'll put their Instagram like picture thing here or down. I'll definitely put the link below. So they are the newest farm to join the Maryland Lamb Co-op. And I'm really, really excited for all these women farmers that are like freaking joining forces here and just like doing the damn thing, right? They're doing it. So this farm though doesn't just have sheep. They also have pigs and cows that are butchered for meat. And it's all for sustainability and it's all, you can read their website, right? So, but they have a farm store and I'm very excited. They are now also offering, it'll be fiber from, I think, collectively the group of farms that are in this, milled together to make yarn, and you can get yarn subscription boxes. So I am very tempted to get a yarn subscription box to support Maryland farms that are run by women. So I might be doing that. John gave me the go ahead, but I have so much yarn. I just feel like I'm not helping the cause by then just having all this yarn. So I'm not sure. But so their farm store, they have yarn and they have meats that you can purchase and they have, I think, soap. I'm very excited. Hopefully I'll be able to insert some video after this to show you guys or pictures. Again, it's not the farm. It is just their farm stand. It's only open on Saturdays from 11 to 2. They also do meat subscription boxes. I didn't read that enough, but I think you kind of have to be local. I don't think they're shipping that. But if you are local and you're interested in that, they have different like tiers of the subscription box. It's like based on the weight. So you could get all these different like ground meats or cuts of meat, and it's based on like if you get a 10-pound box, I think, and it's a price. I think that's how it works. But you can do local pickup from the farm store. I don't know how else they're doing that, but I think that's pretty awesome. Like I know John had showed in one of his videos, we had bought some lamb, and we haven't eaten all that yet, but I am very excited to be supporting locally, even though they're not, I mean, they're an hour away and their farm's like an hour away. Like it's down near Annapolis. If you know Maryland at all, it's down that way. I know I've talked a lot in this just one clip, but this is really, I think, mostly what I'm gonna have to show for this week. So apologies, no apologies. But hopefully I'll be able to show that. Maybe I'll record some small clips tomorrow. It might just be the clip and then I throw this up. I don't know. But if it is just the clip, I'm going to tell you guys to knit happy now. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves and others as best as you possibly can. And I'll talk to you in the next episode. All right. So it's Saturday and I just got back from New Roots Farm. And we got to see the cows. They were so cute. And I'll insert video of the shop and a couple of the cows, but I wanted to show you the meats I got. Is that weird? So I ended up going and I got, we got some eggs. We also got, Hazel bought a bar of soap with her own money. And then, so I ended up getting, I think I spent, I'll be very open and honest, obviously. I think it was like $140. And I have a breakdown of everything on my receipt. But we ended up getting, I got 3 of these. This is pork sausage, regular pork sausage. So it's 18 sausage links, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 16 sausage links. I think these were around $10. I got 3 packs of these because this is one of our favorite things for like breakfast is sausage and eggs, especially when we're camping. So 3 of those, and some of this stuff I bought for other people also. My father-in-law went with me. He ended up buying stuff too. This is for John. I won't eat this at all. This is all him, and they didn't have it broke down any smaller, so I'm gonna have to have him cook it for when he has like a friend over or something, because this is totally not me. But this is chicken livers. I don't eat chicken livers. Not at all. Okay, so yeah, here's the other one of these. I already put one in our fridge to defrost because we'll have them probably one night this week. Oh, and they were so nice. I wanted to look it up, but I think it was the farm owner that was there. People were coming in and getting their monthly, or I don't know if it's monthly, but their subscription meat box. That sounds weird that I said it's a subscription, but it's, you can order by the pound or whatever, and you get stuff. And you get it at a cheaper price, I think, because you're not, like, I specifically purchased all my individual things. So, I think these were $9. This is 1 pound of ground beef. It doesn't tell you, you know, if it's the fat content. So I don't know if it's like a 93.7 or an 80-20, but that's okay. Like, we eat a decent amount of ground beef in all the different meals that we cook. So these, I think, were $9 for a pound. And you got to remember, like, you're supporting your farmer who is supporting the animals, and then they're also paying the butchering fees, which is all part of this. So the one thing I wanted to go there for was Scrapple. I ended up getting 2 things of Scrapple. They're giant. I think these were close to 10. They might have been more. I can't remember. It is 1.6 pounds. It's big. It's a lot of Scrapple. Most of the time, Scrapple, I think when we buy it in the store, is half of this. So I'm very excited. We have 2 of those, but one is going to a friend. The other thing I'm really excited for, bacon. Now, this was probably one of the more pricier meats per the pound, but this is almost 1 full pound. Pork smoked bacon. Very excited for that. And then my neighbor had asked if they had chicken, and they didn't have broken down chicken. I guess it's cheaper to just do the whole chicken, then you're not, it's no butchering fees for like breaking it down. So I just ended up getting her a whole chicken, a smaller chicken. It's 3.3 pounds, and it was almost $20. Which I don't know how much chickens cost, honestly. So I don't know. And then the last thing that, the eggs, which I'm not going to show you, the last 2 things we got were grilling sausage. One is a pork spicy sausage, and one is pork sweet Italian sausage. So these are both about a pound each, and you get 4 sausages. And I don't remember how much those were either. But all together, all of this was collectively like $140. So I think if you like put all the poundage together and broke it down, excluding the egg price, I feel like this isn't a bad price at all, because the meat is probably much fresher, and you know where the animals are from. I don't know. I think supporting locally and helping businesses is just really like a good thing to do. So I won't be doing this all the time because it's an hour drive for us about. Not that that's far, but again, we're never going to eat this all that fast, and this, like, we'd have to rotate our meals in to get all this stuff eaten. But that's okay. We have some bacon from the last time we got bacon from a different butcher. So I just unfroze that. So we're having that this week because I think I would like to have some BLTs because we just got some tomatoes. All right, so that's all I have to show. I'll be inserting the clips after this. It's not much, but I am very excited to have went there, met them in person, and yeah, I got to see their yarn too, which I didn't buy any of, but I saw the subscription box yarn, and guess what? I was swayed. I didn't buy it while I was there, but I'm gonna message them. And I think I'm gonna get the subscription box of the farm yarn that they sell. I had already gotten the okay from John to do it, and I just hadn't done it, but I will be showing you guys because I saw it while I was there, and now I want it. It was beautiful. I want it. Okay, until the next time, take care of yourselves, knit happy.